Hey, you done half put in some hours, Ted. Wonder what you get up to after all hands have gone home.
Listen, you.
Did you do what you said about calling the law?
I've not forgotten, and I'm not having any skivers or knock-off merchants round here.
Because if I was you, I'd think again. Because if they do happen to come round here, they might ask for your what's his name? You know, your employer's liability certificate.
What are you on about?
It's supposed to be compulsory, like, in case anyone falls off a roof.
It's got sod all to do with you, you bloody robber.
In other words, it's the law, Ted. And I'll tell you what, if I don't hear from the busies, they won't hear from me. Right?
You got some great things.
Well, it's more of a cell than a room, really.
It's bigger than mine, and I share that with my sister.
Well, if you want to know, this furniture comes from a bedroom twice this size.
Do you really miss it?
Yeah, sometimes.
I could really work in here, though. You know, homework and that.
You don't enjoy schoolwork, do you?
Well, sometimes.
Isn't it just because you want to do better than the others?
No, I just do my best. I'm not interested in competition.
Oh, God, that's the best bit. Beating the others.
Yeah, but you must find it easy at Brookside, though.
Yeah. It's easy to beat them at work, but that doesn't make it easy to get on with them. I noticed McGovern and co were at it again at lunchtime.
I don't know what I've done to them.
Don't you?
No.
You're just different, I suppose.
Oh, that's mad.
Well, of course it's mad. They want everyone to be the same. I don't want to be mediocre, do you?
Yeah, but I don't want you to get involved with her crowd cussing me. I can look after myself, you know.
Hello, Roger. You're home early tonight.
Hello, how are you? Yes, Friday. We all like to get away a bit sharpish, you know.
I haven't thanked you enough for all that you've done for me.
No need.
No, without you and Barry Grant, I'd have been... I don't know. Anyway, thanks.
Oh! But honestly, it wasn't any trouble. Petra, you shouldn't.
Hello, darling.
What's still at it?
Well, that's what study leave's supposed to be for.
Oh, even so. Friday, a weekend upon us.
It's only a couple of months till I sit my PE2.
P2? Sounds like some kind of missile.
Well, that figures. Do you know how many candidates are about to be annihilated? Oh, only 70%, that's all.
Oh, come on.
That's official.
Well, you're obviously in the wrong profession, my love. Mind you, you were always dead set on being an accountant, weren't you?
Well, it's too late to change now. I don't think you realise just how important these exams are to me.
I do.
Well, it's all right for you. When you're done with all your swatting, all you have to do is your 9-to-5 stint for a couple of years, keep your nose clean, and suddenly one day, hey presto, you're a solicitor.
Yes, well, I expect friend Derek will see to that for me. I mean, he's already pushing more and more work my way.
Oh, for the experience, right?
Yes, well, he can't go back on his word.
Well, you can just sit back all smug and wait for your well-earned promotion.
Hold on a minute, Heather. Smug?
Or complacent. I mean, do you ever ask how I'm getting on with my work?
I'm not an accountant.
You don't have to be, but you don't show much interest. I mean, has it sunk in that by the end of September I could be out of my ear?
Look, I do care, really. Of course I do. I'll give you my every support. Now, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to test you on something?
You can start by making a meal.
As promised.
Is it to be coq au vin?
Coq au vin? Do you realise this is one of the finest burgundies you can get?
Ah, is it for some kind of celebration that's slipped my bemused mind?
Actually, it was a present.
I see. Present to you?
Well, yes.
Oh, anyone I know?
Yes, I think you do know the lady in question.
Oh, well, that's good then. Now, I must get on.
So we've got to say?
Oh, they look lovely. What did he say?
Oh, nothing. Poor old Roger just stood there.
Hey, Pet, you'll have his missus on your tail.
I wonder if I've done the right thing.
Reckon he was embarrassed?
I don't know, but I tell you what, I was.
Oh, well, it's done now.
It was Barry who gave me the idea.
Oh, well, if Barry said.
Don't start.
Just messing, okay? Pet, about this archway.
What?
Why didn't you get Barry to do it?
I'll get who I want.
I reckon he'd do a good job.
I'm not arguing.
And he loves working for himself.
How do you know?
Oh, I must have heard him saying sometime.
Anyway, it was a good idea about the wine. I asked the bloke for a really good one.
Well, so you should. He's done a lot for you. The house and everything.
Gee, you don't realise how many friends you've got until something like this happens.
Hey, Pet, you never told us how you got on this morning at the hospital.
There. They kept me waiting for 2 hours.
Surprise, surprise.
You should see the things they were bringing the specimens in. Everything from jam jars to Johnny Walker bottles.
What did he say?
Well, they took my temperature and then my blood pressure. And then they stuck me on the scales.
And is everything okay?
Yeah, it's fine. They never asked me about the father, though. I mean, I'll be joining the one-parent families now, won't I?
Oh, they never ask about that. Lots of girls around our way have kids on their own.
I didn't know that was possible.
Well, you know what I mean, though. They want to stay single.
Well, that's the difference, isn't it? It's their choice. You haven't started cooking anything yet, have you?
Oh, Pet, you said not to bother.
Oh, no, I said leave it. Any more of your cooking and they'll have me in intensive care.
Gee.
Anyway, I called into Mark's on the way home and got some ratatouille and steak. And I'm doing the cooking tonight, right?
Fish. Jam. Sorry, darling. Don't worry about me. Oh, yeah. Shouldn't be long now. Darling, sorry to disturb you again. Have we got any Parmesan cheese?
Roger, we have in those cupboards practically every type of food under the sun, but unfortunately, no Parmesan cheese.
Ah.
If I'd known you were going to cook something exotic like moussaka, I might have bought some.
All right, not to worry. Nearly there now.
Parmesan cheese.
Did the clinic say anything about you giving up your job?
After 2.5 months.
Well, I just wondered.
Do you know, the women in Africa go working right up to the last day?
It doesn't have to be Africa. The girl who used to have my flat did that, and she only worked in Brutal.
Oh, well, I won't be leaving it that late. Are you getting fed up staying here?
No, why?
Just that you keep on going on at me about giving up work.
Well, you wouldn't be sorry, would you?
Maybe not. But everyone's dropping hints all over the place. Even Roger.
What did he say?
Oh, I forget exactly, you know the fancy way he talks. But something about me being financially stable and able to stand on my own 2 feet.
In other words, you don't have to go down to that karate office and have Dave Simpson looking down your blouse.
It's not quite that bad.
Oh, you know what I mean.
Okay, so I give up my job. What do I do with myself for the next 6 months?
You've had office experience, and you get on with all the right kinds of people.
Hang on, what are you trying to tell me?
Well, I bumped into Barry yesterday afternoon.
And?
Well, he was full of this idea about starting up in business on his own. Well, I thought it might be something for you to do.
What, driving the lorry for him and Terry?
Don't be daft. All the paperwork. Get Roger to do the legal side right. And you could order the stuff and send out the invoices and write the letters. Will you be the secretary?
It all sounds very cosy. Whose idea was this?
Oh, mine, of course. And Barry seems keen on it. He said he might pop round later.
Any idea why?
I don't know, but I think he might want to know how you got on at the clinic.
You're scheming, Michelle, and I don't like it.
I'm not. I just don't think it's a good idea for you or the baby to be doing something you don't like. On the other hand, you shouldn't just give it up and do nothing.
Yes, well, I don't want to feel like entertaining anyone tonight.
Well, I'll be here.
I thought you were going dancing with Beverly.
I'll be here till 9 at least.
Have you got enough money?
Yeah, I'll be all right.
Anyway, it's not going to take me that long to tell them all the exciting things that happened at the antenatal.
Then there'll be Terry.
What?
It'll probably be with Terry.
Why didn't you just give me the guest list, Michelle, and be done with it?
That's all, over and out.
Well, I'd just like to remind you of something. This is my house, and I'd like to have some say as to who comes into it and who doesn't.
Well, I thought...
I know. It's just that I'm not used to Gavin not being here. It always used to be just me and him. And when people come in, I've got to make conversation with them. It seems the more everyone's telling me to stand on my own 2 feet, the more they're trying to live my life for me.
So, what's the verdict then?
Oh, not bad, not bad. Mind you, might have been better with a touch of
Parmesan cheese.
Thank you.
Well, now, is it time I put you out of your suspense?
Suspense?
The mysterious donor. Aren't you just bursting with curiosity?
Oh, let me see. I see a dark lady. Age 24. A widow. Birth sign Cancer. I see the initials PT. I looked out of the window, you chump.
I thought you were supposed to be studying.
Well, the obvious person was the widow next door. I mean, God knows you've given her enough help since Gavin died.
You don't mind then, do you? The help, I mean.
No, of course
Well,
not.
she did need a guiding hand.
Oh, sure. Now she seems to have plenty.
Yes, it could go too much the other way, couldn't it? I mean, well, I think she leaned on Gavin far too much for a start. It wasn't until he died that we all realised just how helpless she was. Is.
Well, you noticed all that.
I'm supposed to notice. Anyway, I think it's about time she realised that she won't be able to lean on people so much from now on.
Agreed.
And she wants to get out of that boring job and start doing something else.
Like produce a baby.
No, I mean she wants to start asserting her independence.
Well, pregnant women don't get much in the way of independence, do they?
Why not?
Well, unless they're very lucky. It's a clear choice, a career or a child.
So, you chose a career.
And damned hard going it is too, and I don't think you realise that.
I've always encouraged you.
In your own way.
You worry too much.
Look, Roger, if I'm to succeed as a woman in the world of accountancy, I need to work 10 times as hard as the men. And that's not an exaggeration.
Well, when I'm away in Birmingham, you can study all night if you like. Just think, the whole house to yourself for 3 days.
God, you can be really unfeeling sometimes.
Hiya.
Hi, Michelle. It's Petalin.
Yeah, come in.
This is Sally.
Hi.
Right. Lady of the house not around then?
She's upstairs.
Hope we didn't make it sound like a state visit or something.
Oh, you know me, I was dead tactful.
Yeah.
Do you want a drink?
Don't know. What comes after brown stew and dumplings, sir?
A gale force wind.
Well, we've only got Cinzano.
I'll tell you what, I'll have a Cinzano then. Great British costume.
Do you fancy yourself as John Collins, Michelle?
Who's she? Does she live round here?
Is Petra alright?
Yeah, I'm going to see how she's doing in a minute.
What I reckon is we don't rush into buying this lorry.
I don't know that much about these heavy jobs.
Neither do I. Just have a look at the paintwork and kick the tyres.
Did you phone that fella from the housing?
Yeah. Told him, gave him all the spiel, you know. Experience in demolition and jobbing and that. It's a bit off-hand at first. Said he wanted his houses ripping out, not ripping to the ground.
Well, as if we didn't know.
Anyway, as it happens, he's got 10 houses down the South End that he wants doing up for renovation.
Well, what about the stuff you rip out? Do we throw that away?
All he wants is the 4 walls and the roof.
What about the slates?
If they're good enough, they stay.
Oh, hell, that's all I need. Not that way, you're making it worse. I don't know, I must be crackers. I'm pregnant and there's nothing I'd like more than to get into that bed and curl up for the night.
What do you reckon to Michelle then?
I'm not a child molester.
Could do worse.
Organise the business, Barry. Stick to what you're good at.
Just thinking of you, Terry.
Well, don't trouble yourself.
Could have a nice pitch here.
She's just lost her husband, hasn't she?
So she should be glad of a bit of company.
You're always scheming, aren't you?
Well, I like Petra. I don't like Michelle.
So do I.
More tunes on with this, huh?
Do I have to mention it?
What? No.
Deeper sympathies and all that.
This one's quite good to start off with. It's very readable and to the point.
I mean, we're in the CND because we think it's right.
But it's not political.
Not really. Just don't think God meant us to destroy one another, that's all.
Are you in some sort of religious group?
We're not in a group exactly. I mean, we go to church and that, but it's separate from the CND things we go to. We're on the same side, really, you know.
I believe in what's right and wrong. And if they try and tell you it's right to sight a cruise missile on your doorstep...
Yeah, on anyone's doorstep.
Yes, but it's the politicians who make those decisions, isn't it?
I suppose.
Well, that's why I'd like to know what makes them tick. Somebody's got to argue with them.
I'm no good at arguments.
God, it's the only way.
I mean, I just feel that nuclear war's a terrible thing and I'd do anything I can to stop it.
Yes, I'd go along with that.
Hey, I'm thinking of going to a peace camp in a couple of weeks, if you fancy coming.
Oh, well, I don't know, really.
Of course, if you can't be bothered.
Oh, no, it's not that.
Oh, it's your mum and dad who'll object, I suppose.
Yes, well... No, if I make up my mind to go, I'll go. No mind what they say. Think it's up to me, don't you?
Yeah.
I think it's a marvellous idea. Don't you, Pet?
Anything's better than what I'm doing at the moment.
Well, demolition's not what it used to be. I mean, downtown they've knocked down practically everything except St George's Hall.
Oh, they won't part with that. It's boom time at the assize courts.
Some of the work would be the same, though.
Ripping out's not the same as knocking down. Anyway, there's loads of houses down on the improvement list.
What do you think, then?
Well, like you say, it's a good idea for Barry and it's a good idea for Terry.
But nobody likes working for bosses. You know that of all people.
Somebody always has to be the boss, though, don't they?
Not on a partnership.
Well, what about the senior partner?
Doesn't have to be one, not when you're working with your mates.
Yeah, look at them cooperatives.
They don't last long, do they?
Well, people can work better without bosses sometimes.
Anyway, what's your interest in all this?
Me?
Come on, Michelle.
It's got nothing to do with me, has it?
Well, who is it that got us all together, then?
Oh, it wasn't like that, Pat. Michelle just asked us round, me and Terry, to have a drink and chat about what we were going to do.
Yeah, that's all.
Look, folks, I'll have to be doing one. I'm going out.
Oh, which way are you going, Terry?
Into town. Do you want a lift?
Yeah, great.
It's nice seeing you, Petra. And I'll see you at 10:30 in the morning, Barry.
Yeah, I'll pick you up, Terry.
I won't be too late, Pat.
As long as you don't wake me up like you did last time. I've got work to go to in the morning, remember?
Yeah. Try, Barry.
See ya.
Try.
You shouldn't be too hard on your Michelle, you know.
You don't have to tell me about Michelle. The thing is, what do you expect me to do?
You don't have to do anything you don't want to.
So you've been looking at motor lorries, then?
That's the first priority.
And the second?
Some kind of place, a yard or a shed.
But by the time you found the money for the lorry...
I'm fixed for that. And anyway, once we get the business going, the money will start rolling in.
Listen, Barry, I mean this. Gavin used to dabble, buying and selling, but it was legit. I know what you think, he pulled a few tricks, but he was always covered. You and Terry are just learners, and if you don't watch out, you'll end up... Oh, it doesn't matter. Did you want another drink?
No, I'd better go. You're not upset, are you?
No.
I should have asked. How did you get on at the clinic today?
Alright.
Bit of an ordeal, was it? Has its good points, though. At least it did something to make you pregnant.
Gavin got me pregnant, Barry.
Look, if there's anything I can do, anything at all.
You've done enough.
You didn't want us round here tonight, did you?
No, not really. The thing that puzzles me is all this business about needing a secretary.
Yeah, well, I know it's looking to the future and that, but the offer's there.
Why me, then?
Why not?
Is it really a secretary you're after, or just a spot of capital?
Who mentioned anything about money?
No one mentioned anything.
Look, I'm sure Michelle who asked us over here, you know.
Yeah, no, perhaps she was right. I'd just like to know where to stand, that's all.
We're doing it for you, you know.
I see. Because of Gavin?
Because of everything.
I'll have to think about it.
You do that. I'll see you.
Yeah, sure, Barry.
I mean, a bed and breakfast trip's one thing, but 3 whole days. Are you taking this in, Roger?
Of course I am. You were saying that this will be the first time we've been separated since we got married. It's going to be just as tough on me, love.
Well, suddenly I'm thinking of all the break-ins and worse that have been going on in this area.
Yeah, same thought crossed my mind, actually.
But you think I'm safe behind your wonderful security system?
Well, safe enough. Even so, you will be on your own. I think you need a bit of company.
Roger, if you're about to suggest...
No, I don't think it'd be a good idea to have my mother hanging about. Is that a lot of work you get done?
I wonder how much I'll get done anyway. And if it's worth all the hassle.
Oh, come on, less of that. Between now and your exams, you're going to get your head down and you're going to sail through them.
And then?
And then I'm going to help you get a really good job. I mean it, Heather. I know a lot of people downtown. We do a lot of business with accountants. I'm going to make sure all your hard work isn't wasted. In the meantime, why don't you drop a letter to the convent?
What for?
Well, who better to keep you company than your friend Catherine? With my security system and a holy nun by your side, you'd be as safe as houses.